Hey guys, welcome to this week's vlog, and today we are talking all about surrender. So this week's meditation was inspired by a conversation that I had with this really incredible woman. Her name is Heather, and I'm going to link all of her information down in this post because she does just really amazing work. She does just some intuitive body work, and I don't know, it's hard to describe what she really does because she does something a little bit different for everyone. She calls herself the Body Whisperer, but anyways, it's awesome. You should check her out. So, but this week's meditation, I was inspired. She and I were having a session, and we were just talking, and what she said really resonated with me. So it's something that I wanted to share with you guys. So she and I were talking about just kind of, well, we had this whole big conversation about watching for waves. And basically, you know, if you surf, and I have never surfed, but I've seen people surf before. But if you surf, a lot of the times you are just sitting on your board and you're watching for a wave, and you're sitting there and you're watching for the right wave. And how that is just as much an important part of life and of surfing as anything else. So I had been, you know, I just recently have been kind of feeling like a little bit stuck, or just feeling like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm kind of in the in-between. Like I just climbed this big hill, and then I kind of went down it, and I haven't gone up another hill yet. I'm just kind of like hanging out, looking around, being like, okay, like what's next? And I know that that's something that might sound silly coming from me, and but I just feel like I've kind of been in one of those in between times, and kind of just in a little bit of not necessarily, well, kind of like a little rut. Like I've kind of been stuck in a rut, and so I had this session with Heather, and I was telling her, I was like, I'm just feeling so stuck, and I'm feeling very uncertain and restless was the word that I used. Like I'm just kind of feeling restless, like, you know, I'm kind of in this in-between time. And she had to remind me that the in-between time is essential, and it's so important that you can't always be riding a wave, and you can't always be like in it, doing it, crushing it, killing it, you know, more. You can't always be doing that. You need to sit and wait for the right wave to ride. And so there's going to be those ups, there's going to be those downs, there's going to be the in-betweens, and they're all just as important. And so we really talked about kind of, you know, just kind of surrendering to the water, and surrendering to the bigger plan that was at play, and to recognize that all points in my path and in everyone's path are just as important as others. So there might be times where I feel like, oh, I'm doing, you know, this really great thing, and my life is so full and it's so abundant, and, you know, I have all these opportunities coming my way, and I get to do these really exciting things. And then there's other times where something like that kind of wraps up, and then I stop, and I'm like, oh, okay, what next? And I used to really look at that time as kind of like, it's kind of like a drag, kind of a bummer, where I'm like, oh man, I'm in that in-between time. I feel restless, like waiting for that next wave to come. But she just helped me kind of reframe it and realize that no, it's just as important, that in-between time. It is essential, because when you're in that in-between time, if we go back to that surfing analogy, you're sitting on the board and you're looking out at the water, and you can start to see a wave forming from far out. And so you're going to watch those waves, and you can see them coming, but then you can kind of make a good decision as to which wave might be a good wave to ride, instead of always just trying to, whatever is coming your way, just go, but waiting for that one that really feels right to you and really kind of aligns with what you're doing. So that conversation that we had just really inspired me, and it really helped me kind of reframe the way that I look at things, especially if you are, you know, even if you're also an entrepreneur, or if you are just someone that's always kind of go, like I am. it's just, you're kind of just like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? And I love creating, and I love designing, and I love sharing, and, you know, I love doing events and doing all these different things, but I can't always be doing one. Like, I can't constantly be creating and doing something new, and that's okay. That's so important. And I need these times to step back and to wait, and to kind of wait for the right wave. And it's, you know, it's kind of the ocean going back to like its equilibrium. It can't always be just still or just waves. There has to be that in between time, or neither one would exist. So that was really, that conversation inspired me to then write this surrender meditation, because that's what it feels like to me, is kind of an exercise in surrender, where you work on, you know, just kind of moving with the rhythm, moving with what's coming. I can't make the ocean create more waves for me than I'm going to get what I'm going to get. And, you know, I have a lot of things that are in my control, but not everything is in my control. And so I need to learn just how to surrender and, just kind of ride the wave, or kind of move with the flow of the ocean and the water. So in this week's meditation, I take you through this visualization of where you go onto a boat, and you kind of just lay back on the boat and just kind of move with the water, and you know that you're safe, and you know that there's a bigger plan at play, and you just kind of enjoy the moment. And that's what I designed, what I wrote based on this conversation, and kind of this revelation that I had based on the conversation that I had with Heather. So that's really just kind of short and sweet this week, but that's really what inspired me. And I'd really encourage you and challenge you to look at each part of your life as just as important as the other. So it's not just the highs. It's not like we're just living from high to low, high to low, high to low, but those in-between times are so important. And that is where a lot of growth and a lot of decision and kind of that reset happens. And it's so essential. It's so important. And so I kind of challenge you to look at those different areas of your life and, you know, not just see peaks and valleys, but see the in-betweens. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's vlog. If you have any questions or comments for me, of course, let me know. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.